shut your ass.
Azak Jr. on the beat.
My name is Maxx Margot. I'm French. Came to LA to make it in the music industry, I guess. Yeah, came to LA recording school. Amazing place.
Amazing.
And met this guy.
My name is Azak Jr. I've been here for like 2 years now too. Came to LA recording school. Produced some music with this guy. Everything's going great so far. And yeah, check us out.
That's nice, man. What's your Instagrams and SoundClouds, just so everybody has it early on?
Ooh, doing shout outs.
Yeah, get it out the way early.
Azak Jr.
And mine is Maxx Margot. Max with 2 X's.
I mean, yeah, it was like, but to be honest, like we were always like, familiar to this music, cause like that's what was on the TVs over there too.
That's true.
Yeah, like even when I was back in Turkey, I used to listen to like 19s hip hop, like like Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, all that stuff. So
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, even like in French culture, like I feel like the top charts track are definitely like U.S. American rap,
Exactly.
right? Like same
Exactly.
in Europe.
yeah,
Even though like French rap is coming in hot lately, I feel
yeah,
like.
it is pretty hot right now.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, that's something that I was gonna ask. Like, how did you even go about it? Was it through YouTube or does it come onto the radios? Because you mentioned the charts, so
It was
comes.
on the radios. It was on TVs. Like we have MTV over there too.
Mm.
true. EDM, like I guess became really big in America, and it just immediately
Wow, in the
became big
entire
in
world,
Europe.
yeah.
Like yeah,
Like
definitely
everybody knows about the
all over the
biggest
radio.
names.
Mm.
Right. No, that's funny because I thought EDM was something that like came here, not started here. So I had no clue. Yeah.
I don't think. No, I mean, it started pretty much everywhere. kinda.
Okay. All right.
But yeah,
So,
that was a
Yeah,
dumb
like
answer.
the biggest EDM artists are mostly from like Europe too, like
yeah,
like the
true.
biggest hits.
Amsterdam is a big place for EDM.
France too,
Yeah, France too.
like Martin Garrix.
Martin Garrix from Amsterdam.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, you started way younger than I did.
Yeah. For me, it was like no question. It was just I think I started DJing when I was 8 or 9 years old. So I started DJing back in France, and I quickly realized that you can't DJ without producing your own music.
Exactly.
Right? Like it's all about the brand and all that. So definitely got into music production about 6 years ago now. So when I was 14, 15. And yeah, that's like, it's never been anything else for me. Like it's just music. That's where I have to go. So came in Hollywood, right?
Right. This is the right place to do it.
What about for you?
For me, like I used to play the instruments when I was younger. Like I used to play the piano, I used to play the guitar, but it wasn't like this professional. It was like never this serious, but it was always like in my life. It was like it was playing like a huge role.
Mm.
And then like I was like one day I was like, yeah, like I gotta, as a job I gotta do something I love, right? And like producing music, that's like something amazing, cause like you're creating something out of nowhere.
True.
And like a lot of people
And you
are,
just
like,
reach people.
Exactly.
That's what I love about it.
You're
Right.
creating like emotions, not only like music, but like a lot of people when they listen to it, like that's something different.
Definitely, yeah.
And you said something that a lot of people don't realize, that you can't really be a DJ without producing music. So what was that revelation like for you when you realized, like, oh, DJing isn't just playing whole songs back to back. I could really take a song or a sound that I'm already familiar with and really spin it into my own thing. What was that moment like for you?
Definitely. I mean, for me it was the transition of like, I don't know, when I was 15 years old and I started making music. It was just because like in today's like industry, the music industry, it's not really about the music that much. I mean, it's still about the music, the art, but the music is not the product anymore. Like the DJ is the image, the brand,
Exactly.
like what you
Brand.
like, the value you add. So that's the product we're selling now. So like being a DJ, I feel is not enough, because the music is gonna be the object, right? That's gonna connect the DJ to the people. And then the DJ performs live and all that. So
Right.
for me, it was just
Right.
realizing that, I mean, you can be a DJ without producing, of course, like getting residencies or in clubs and stuff like that. But it's never be like, you're never going to play festivals and stuff like that.
Right.
It's definitely what I'm going for.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta have your own brand right now. You gotta have your own content, so people can relate to you.
Yeah, definitely. You just gotta be accessible.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say both. Like when I produce, like I mostly like stick to like a structure, but like of course like I always try like new sounds, new styles, like new drum patterns, new ways to do stuff. But like of course there's a structure that I'm always going with. But like of course like all the time like I try like new sounds, adding new stuff that nobody else ever tried. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but sometimes it does. So you just gotta keep trying out and figure it out.
True. And I like for me like, cause I'm not pro, and like if I was, I'd already be like really famous. But I'm still learning. Like every track I start is just a new kind of like adventure. So and it's funny because they usually like a lot of producers start the tracks with like elements and melodies that end up not even making the final bounce at the end, or it's just like it's really a process. You start a track with any sound, could be kick, bass, or whatever, and you just like start getting into it. And I don't know, I guess a lot of people have like structures or really like templates, but I feel like there's two types of really production. There's like production when you're going for something. Like for example, if I want to make like a pop record, I know that I know what I'm going for. I'm not gonna like make wobbles everywhere and you know, and like big 808s. I mean, you definitely could, but a lot of songs has like structure. But then there's also that other part of production where you can just sit in the studio for like 8 hours and try the weirdest sounds ever.
Exactly. And that's the best sessions, because like you come up with stuff like that nobody ever thinks about. Like
definitely, yeah. It's funny. I read something this morning. It was saying all the people that you're trying to imitate and trying to reproduce what they're doing, like it's wrong to do that because they're the ones that actually stood up and didn't imitate what was going on. They recreated something new. Yeah. That's how they popped up. And I feel like it's cool to recreate it, and you definitely need to be able to redo it. Like if somebody comes to you like, I want a classic trap beat, boom, you need to be able to do it. But you also need to be like, able to just
do you.
Yeah. But it's weird. It's really hard. It's definitely hard. It's easy to say. I guess the first ritual that you need to do if you just want to make music is just make music every day. Right. Gotta be every day. So like every day you just wake up. What I do is like I wake up, I make coffee, blah blah, and then I sit at the studio, and you know I just chill for like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes, and then when it's time to go, I just go. But you gotta be every day.
Yeah, that's a consistency thing. Like that's the key. Like you gotta do that every day, every single day, no matter what. That's the key for me.
Right.
Yeah, but no personal. Like, do you have a ritual?
Not really.
Yeah.
Just go in.
You guys just go in and do it.
Go in, yeah.
Like sometimes I listen to like stuff that I would never listen to, like you know, like music from 50s, music from like 40s, like weird sounds, just to like you know like get that like classic trap image out of my mind, so I can like you know be more creative. Like on general stuff.
I guess a ritual is like if you don't know what to do, just listen to music to get inspired. Yeah. That would be a ritual.
And which brings me to my next question. How much influence do you draw from either other music or something as simple as a painting or anything really? Where do your main inspirations come from?
Wow, my main inspiration.
That is a great question.
Yeah, that is.
Tell us, Azak Jr.
It's mostly like, of course, like other like art forms too, but it's mostly like what I'm going through like in my life. Like real talk, like everyday thing, like with my friends, with my family, like with my like relationships, all the stuff that just inspires me to you know make music. Like if I'm feeling sad, I can just sit down and make sad melodies for like hours. If I'm like hyped up, I can go like make like a hard ass 808 bass line and like with crazy drums and like it's mostly like what I'm going through at the moment. That's like what inspires me the most, I would say.
True. For me, it's like a big inspiration is going to shows. I know that when I go see concerts live, I just come home the next morning and it's like, holy shit, I need to make that. Like, because like I don't know if it's the music, definitely the music inspiring me, but it's also like the success they have, and because that's definitely what I want to do, go play shows share my music with people, and just being able to play your music to as many people as you can.
Definitely.
So I see that, and I don't know if it inspires me musically, but it definitely inspires me where I want to be. Like,
Right.
that's my goal. That's what I want to reach, and I know what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And like musically, I don't know. I'd say, pretty much everywhere. I'm not that much of an emotional guy, or I don't get inspired by painting. Maybe it'll happen. But I usually get inspired by sound. Like, I hear something, I'm like, oh, cool. I'll record it with my iPhone in the street or whatever, and then, oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
I can make something with that.
And, and that works just as good. That's kind of what I meant, like, movie, whatever it might be.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything.
Situations sometimes. Like, sometimes I see something, and I'm like, damn, that music would go great with that. Like,
Mhm.
just
For
randomly.
real.
Like, movie scenes, or, life situations, I guess.
Yeah, real life situations.
Hmm.
I mean, like he said, like you gotta be unique with it. That's the barrier, I would say, because like there are too many great producers out there, too many great like beat makers, too many like amazing engineers. Like you just gotta find a way to be unique and like develop your own brand and like be unique with that.
Mhm.
So that's the challenging part, I would say, because like I said, like there are like too many great beat makers, but you don't even know their names because like they don't like promote themselves right, and they're not like adding like value to their brand. So I would say that's the hard part, like to connect with your fans and like to be able to like give something back to them, to make them like relate to your music.
Mhm.
That's the hardest part, I would say.
True. It's like the challenges of being a music producer, right?
Yeah, like how, in what ways have those challenges that you've come across either helped you in making your music, or even personally, like as far as how you handle your relationships, or how you handle going about meeting new people, things like that.
True. I mean, I got like,
Just how it carries over into your life.
True, like shitty stuff happened here. It's funny. I got an internship at a studio, and I got fired after 2 days for over some dumb shit. And I didn't bring the right tacos. And legit, the week after that, I got a new internship in a way better studio where I developed great relationships. And it ended up like being the best thing that happened to me in LA. So I guess this challenge, I was kind of fucked me up at some point, but then I was like, damn, you gotta be grateful for what you have, and I guess like it happens for a reason.
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
Because now I got a really great internship at Radium Media.
Right.
So yeah, really cool.
I mean, if you're working with someone that knows how to do this already, they're like open-minded, but they're like not like trying stuff that you wouldn't want in your music anyway.
Right.
But like otherwise, like the hardest part is to work with like artists, mostly rappers, because like sometimes they want stuff that's not gonna sound good, and you know that for a fact, but they be like so stubborn about it. Like they be like, yeah man, I want this, and you have to do that because they want it, right? But like you spend like 2 hours on that, and they be like, yo man, yeah, take that off, and that's a 2 hours of waste. But still, like, you gotta try it, you gotta do it. You can always take it back, but yeah, I'm open-minded about it, like about trying anything with any artist, any producer.
Mhm.
Sometimes you come up with great stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you
Like
do.
sometimes just mixing genres together, or like that's why collaborations are fucking
Right.
awesome. Like,
Yeah, that's how you.
you always
become
take
unique.
you take somebody's universe, musical world, and just like
Take it
translate it
somewhere
with
else.
yours.
Yeah.
And how they do it in EDM, they do a lot of, when they collab, they do a lot of a track together, and then the first DJ is producing like the first drop, and then the other DJ produces the second drop. So you get like 2 different drops on the same track, and they
Right.
collab like that. So I feel, yeah, you get great vibes out of it.
Alright.
That's right. And relationships.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
we're in LA. Relationships.
Yeah.
That's what you want out here.
Mhm.
Definitely appreciate them.
Definitely.
I mean, like,
definitely.
we're out here and just working every day, just trying to work the steps, because like it's
Yeah.
not magic. There's no magic
True.
formulas. You just gotta come here or be anywhere. Just make music every day, and
Be
first thing is
consistent
like
with
have
it.
good stuff, good music, and then you gotta work the steps like step by step. So every step is just an achievement, and like
Right.
great. Like Azak got a placement recently,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and like so obviously for like a pro music producer is like a placement is nothing. I got 5 a month or whatever
Yeah.
more. But like when you got the placement, I was like, yo, congrats! It's like an
Hell yeah.
achievement. It's a step.
Right.
So we celebrated that stuff. It's like good shit, good job. And now it's like, what's the next step? Now you got a placement,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
Celebrate it, but like keep moving
Yeah.
on. It's about how bad we want it, actually. Cause like, yeah, cause like, so we're students here and we started like a year and a half ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like all of our classmates, and they were not consistent with it. So after a while, they just like fell apart. They started doing their own thing. They stopped like producing. But yeah, like you gotta set goals. You gotta have deadlines. You gotta
Gotta get a
be
schedule.
consistent, definitely. And then like you just have to want it bad. Like you just have to love it. This is not like something that you can like force yourself to. You will have like days that you'll be feeling off. Like we still have those days where you be like, yeah man, like it's tough, it's going hard, but yeah, you gotta be consistent, because like that's the key. That's how you overcome that
It's the passion, man.
passion and love.
There's legit nothing else.
Definitely.
Like every day, every time I'm in the studio or anything, even if I'm like spending hours editing some dumb vocals from a shitty rapper, like I'm learning it, I'm doing it, I'm in Hollywood, I'm so grateful to be here.
Right.
It's the passion. That's just what I love, what I want to do, and there's nothing else. So I guess like there's levels of passion. Like
Yeah.
some people like it and like it's cool, and maybe for them it's not worth doing all that work.
It's just like a hobby. for
And
them.
yeah, and, like for sure, it's it's like how do you become like I don't know animal like veterinarians because you love animals.
Yeah.
So same for music producers, just you love music and there's nothing else. I guess.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people, they're scared of the commitment that it takes. I feel that's a problem with a lot of
Yeah,
people.
and also because like I was gonna say it's not a real job. It definitely is. It's definitely what I want to do, but like it doesn't seem real to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't understand. It's like we're out here in the studio, and there's all those buttons that we don't use.
Somebody has to know how to
we don't
operate
use
it.
right
yeah.
now because it's hard to like put a word on even like mixing, mastering, production. People just hear music, it's like, oh, it's good music. It's cool.
Good or not, yeah.
It's a lot that's really in the dark that people don't understand the process. So I understand that, sometimes you don't. It's a different industry. I don't know what you think.
It is definitely like he said, like you just gotta like keep hustling and keep going with it, like because like nothing comes easy anyway, like especially when you make it to the pro level, like you gotta do this every day is like a new challenge for you, especially
True.
when you make it to the bigger levels, when you're taking bigger steps, because and it comes with it. if you're not down for it even right now, like you're not gonna do it when you become pro anyway. And when you become pro, like that's like everyday thing, like that, those challenges, like all those stuff that you don't want.
That's true. Yeah. And it's funny when we talk about those rappers that just came out, like, oh, you didn't know him yesterday, and everybody's like, yeah, they just came out. I was like, no, they didn't just came out. It's been 10 years that they're
They've been
fucking
hustling
recording
for it.
hundreds of tracks, and like
people think that they just blew out overnight, but no, like they had a plan for it. They've been like doing like amateur tracks, like had no followers, 0 followers for maybe like years, and like they were just like consistent with it. That's why they succeed. He goes super deep with it. He goes super deep with the sounds and designing.
Yeah, more technical. But it's true that one thing that helped me go through track faster now, and like really, it's like not listening to the same loop for 50 minutes. Because then you get just sick of that loop. It's like, fuck, I know that track. Fuck that shit. But then like, to me, the process is I start with something, and I just keep going. Like I like it, even if it's not perfect.
Right.
If I take a loop, even if the loop, like I process it and it's not perfect, it's alright. I just go to the next step and then I'll come back on it later. Like just don't spend like 2 hours on a 4-bar loop trying to get it perfect. Because it doesn't mean anything getting a sound perfect when you start like that. So I guess like just taking a sound and taking it to the next level, and then after it's just feeling it. And sometimes you look through sounds. and like, oh damn, I love that guitar, and then you're
Bring
like,
it
it's
back.
not the mood at all of the track. I was like, okay, let's go in. I'm way more like, yeah, importing sounds and weird stuff. Even though like people sometimes look at me, it's like, nah, it's not gonna fit. I'm like, oh, we'll see. Just put it in the project.
Like most of the time it does though.
Yeah, because
After
we
you mix
yeah
it,
you
yeah.
make it work.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Low key, like try new genres, come up with like sounds that nobody has ever even like heard before. Like I
Mhm.
wanna
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
the goal.
Yeah, like I said before, like being unique. Like when I want like people to be like, yo, I feel like Azak Jr. produced that track, or like Maxx Margot produced that track. When they hear it, just because of the sounds and just because of the way it sounds.
Right.
I mean, for me, it's we like keep learning, because you never stop learning. Even
Right.
pros, like if you want to be at a pro level, that means, I mean, pro level doesn't mean anything technically. It just means you're getting paid, right, for
Right.
what you do. But
But that's not the goal. Money's not the goal though.
yeah, no, getting new sounds and yeah. What you said? What you said was good.
So out of everything that you guys have done, what's your favorite thing that you've accomplished this far? Whether it's small, major, something that nobody knows about, or something that everybody knows
My
about.
favorite thing
Yeah.
in LA, or because
No,
in my life
period.
it's definitely coming in LA.
Yeah, period. Just what's been the favorite thing that this has brought to you so far?
Coming in LA, getting in bigger sessions with like B Hours, Marty Grimes,
Right. Yeah.
working on tracks. I mean, it's just like every step is just an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's
Definitely
small
it
or
is.
big, like everything just means so much.
True though, true. Like every single day, like even the small steps or the big ones, like yeah, I get the placement, but like just like making like connections every day is something too. Like for example, like I was outside like 20 minutes ago. I just met this guy. He was like a rapper, and he said he just signed with Capital, and then we talked like for 5-10 minutes, and even that was like something small, but like that touched me, because like like I can. You never know who you're gonna work with. You never know like who you're gonna collab with, and like come up with like something new next. So
Mm-hmm.
like
And you never know who's gonna be dope.
Definitely, definitely.
So what's up next? Any artist collabs to look out for? Or what's the both of you got in plan from here on out?
Plan?
Yeah.
Man, I got so many plans.
Yeah, so many.
I guess like for me right now, it's definitely getting my brand together, because like once again, it's all about brand. So like what you can, like the value you can add to people.
Right.
So like it was saying before, how do you stand out? How like people are gonna be like, yo, I need Maxx Margot in the room. That's him. I know it. So like now the whole goal and the plan is to build towards
Your brand.
that, definitely. So I
Yeah.
like make more music, good music, because like that's the first step to anything. Like
Yeah.
get good music, and then you just start like that, and then yeah,
Definitely.
making music. I want to start releasing more. I'm also going to Paris for 2 months in March and April to work on in a studio there, and yeah, I guess
Yeah.
expand your horizons.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's it. Expanding the brand. We for sure have stuff coming out on 2019. So stay tuned.
2019
Stay tuned on IG. Azak Jr. Maxx Margot.
makes.
Yes,
See
sir.
you guys soon.